Hello all, my name is Adam, and it is only a few days until February 14th, also known as the 6-year anniversary of the release of the Sonic the Hedgehog movie. Oh, and Valentine's Day as well. Now, I've seen those reels about people making websites or such to ask their girlfriends to be their Valentines, and now that I'm in school for game development, I thought, hey, that's a pretty cute idea. I think my girlfriend would like that. My girlfriend is awesome, and she's a big fan of shooting things in video games. So naturally, I have to make the thing that will make her the happiest, which is a retro FPS game. So here we go, let's make my girlfriend a retro FPS to ask her to be my Valentine. Alright, so I should preface, in my personal time, I'm working on my own retro FPS, believe it or not, built in Unity. It's pirate themed too. Anyways, even though that one is really early in development, that means I can reuse a lot of the code from that one for this project to speed up the starting process at least. Because, as all good coders know, copying and pasting code is the best practice. So, my overall idea for this project. I want her to spawn in some sort of Valentine's Day themed map, then she's faced with hordes of enemies coming at her that she has to survive a wave from to escape the area, I think. In that second area is where I'll have a big screen or something asking her to be my Valentine. Because I'm doing this in a short amount of time and also have school, I'm gonna keep it pretty basic. Like only one gun, only one enemy type, that kind of stuff. And just to preface, I am still learning game development, so I'm not very good at this stuff yet. I've only been using Unity for like a month or so now. So yeah, no judgment from you, please. Anyways, let's begin with the player controller. I'll start with the player parent, where I can add the main character and player model as a child of this parent, which is gonna be pink for Valentine's Day, of course. But all the important code is found in the parent. I'll make a new script for player movement, and luckily we can just copy this one from my other FPS. Same as the script for looking around with my mouse. And I'm gonna use the built-in Unity input actions thingy to assign moving and looking and eventually shooting to various keys on the keyboard. So to try all this stuff out, let's create a reference cube and a little plane so I don't fall through the floor. Perfect, moving and looking around works. There is a limit on how far you can look up or down, and you can kind of slide to stop like you would in most retro FPS games. I'm just gonna make this plane bigger so I can actually walk around. Next step, let's add the ability to shoot. Now to do this, I don't want a gun model. I'm just gonna use a 2D sprite for the gun and attach that to my overall UI and animate it a little. So let's start with making that UI canvas and adding a crosshair for reference on the center of the screen. And now, on to making the gun sprite. Holy, I'm not terrible at pixel art, but I might need a reference because what the heck is this? So I locked in and got a pretty solid base. Then it was time to add some color and highlights. And bam, there we go. Nice Valentine's Day themed gun that's kind of a revolver, but also not a revolver. I don't know, I think it's pretty funny. And bam, attach that to my UI canvas too, and now we got a gun. Next, of course, I need my gun to shoot. And what else would it shoot but hearts? Aww. So I bring over my gun shoot script, which is probably the most difficult thing to make in my other game because bullets need to spawn to the side but still work with the crosshair in the middle of the screen. It's just not the easiest thing to do. Anyways, then we need a small sphere with a 2D heart on it that will billboard towards the camera, like any good 2.5D game like this. Bam, my gun shoots, but the bullets don't go anywhere. It takes me about 20 minutes, but it's low-key just because there's no rigid body on them. And so there we go, shooting heart bullets. Next, I want to spruce up my gun animation a little bit, so I add a bob when you walk and some recoil when you shoot, which no, doesn't look as good as an actual animation, but as you can tell, my pixel art skills, especially with animations, are still quite a ways off. Additionally though, how about a little pink explosion when it shoots? Bam, there we go. That adds enough for me to be satisfied, and the gun feels pretty good to shoot, I will say. So next up is adding enemies to shoot. I'm gonna use the same idea as the hearts with a 2D sprite that billboards to the camera. Except I don't need artwork for this one because I have the greatest idea. Yeah, this is perfect. Next, let's actually make him killable instead of just bouncing back. Though, not gonna lie, I do like the way that he bounces around like that. That's pretty funny. So I attach an enemy health script. And then I thought it would be even funnier if I disabled the billboarding when they die, so they go flying, like this. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I love being a game developer. Next, we're gonna make the enemy actually try and attack and kill the player. So I just need to make it move towards the player and damage me if there's a collision. To make it look cooler, I'm also gonna flash the screen red quickly when the player is damaged. There we go. The collision took a while to get to work, but it is working now. We got shooting and enemies, so it's time to start working on the actual level. I've been learning terrain sculpting in one of my classes, so it was time to show off my skills and sculpt some wonderful terrain. I also wanted this to be like colorful and Valentine's Day like, so I added these super great candy textures to give it a great pop of color. Wow, this looks wonderful. I might be a master at this. Next was to add some basic UI elements, like a health tracker. Bam, that looks good, and that was pretty easy to do too. For the actual gameplay loop, I want some sort of spawn points to just summon continuous enemies until they are destroyed by the player, which was pretty easy to do. There's a changeable spawn rate and spawn range too. Once the player destroys all these spawners, that's when they beat the game essentially. So I needed to be able to destroy them and then also track that in the UI. And then of course I need something to happen when they win. For that, I'm just going to try and teleport the player to a different area of the scene for some final area. So here's a big teleporter that's going to do that when they touch it. There we go. This is finally starting to look like a game. So now I spread out the 3 spawners across the map. So the gameplay loop is spawn in and find and destroy these 3 spawners while defeating enemies to win. The last step was to actually create what happens when you've reached the end portal. And that would, of course, be where I finally asked my girlfriend to be my Valentine. Aww. So I made this little room that it will take you to, with a green block for yes and a red block for no. She better pick yes. And there's this cute kitty in the background. Aww. Then, depending on which block you shoot, you're teleported to a new room that reacts to which one you chose. Here's the yes room, where we get another cute kitty. Aww. And some awesome particle effects to celebrate. And in the no room, here's a bunch of enemy spawners that will only activate when you enter. Of course, for some extra polish, I want a main menu and loading screen, because this is a pretty complex game, so it takes a while to load. I didn't spend a long time on these ones, but they do work pretty well. Now, the very last actual thing to do was add sounds, because this is what really makes the game come alive. Ouch. Ouch. Oh. 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 Ouch. Oh. Hello, I'm the teleporter. Come to the middle of the world. Touch me. Hello, I'm the teleporter. Come to the middle of the world. Touch me. Hello, I'm the teleporter. Come to the middle of the world. Wah, 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 wah. Hmm. 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 Wrong choice. Wrong choice. All sound effects were done by me, believe it or not. So there we go, the game is built and up on itch.io. Just like that, I had a fully playable Valentine's Day game. Now there was only one thing left to do, and that was show it to the person I made it for.
Oh, shit. Whoa. Oh my god, do I get to shoot you? Are you flying? I love that I'm killing you. I think that's really funny.
Isn't it awesome?
This makes it easier when there's not a fucking swarm of you.
Yeah, because you're not by the spawner.
Oh, where's this one?
I don't know. Gotta find them.
This is so dizzying.
Yeah.
You made the floor a candy cane.
I did. This is a hand-painted texture.
Ah!
So see, in the top left, there's a spawner is destroyed.
Yeah, I did see that.
Just making sure. Because because I didn't really give any direction on what to do.
No, you really didn't. Ow!
Hello, I'm the teleporter. Come to the middle of the world. Touch me. Hello, I'm the teleporter.
Oh my god, this is repeat.
Wah, 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 wah.
I was about to say which one's yes.
Which one do you think? Yep.
Good cat. That's so cute. Wow.
Is that awesome?
That is awesome. That's so cute. I can't believe you asked me to be your Valentine.
I did.
That's crazy.
Did you not expect me to?
No. Sweet.
You like it?
I do.
And that is all I have today. Thanks for following along in this journey to create this absolutely incredible game. We truly have something special here. I know in the future I will be adding this to my portfolio as a game developer. If you really want to play it for yourself, it's down in the description. I don't know why you'd want to, but go for it if you'd like. And if there's any questions about the coding, just let me know in the comments. I know I didn't really go into it in this video, but yeah, just let me know if you want to know anything. And that is all. Thanks again for watching. See you later.